When my son was born, he slept more than any baby I've ever seen. I had taken him to the doctors, and the doctor said, "There's something wrong with your child." They ran tests, they did a brain scan, and everything came back normal. He was more advanced and learned things a lot faster than your normal child. When Andrew came to me and introduced his friend, there was nobody there. He was adamant about it, telling me, "Mommy, you don't see him?" And I said, "No, I don't see him." I asked Andrew, I said, "Who are you playing with?" And I couldn't believe his answer. He said, "Uncle Mike."
She said, "You're talking to Uncle Mike?" He said, "Yeah, he's here with me," and we were playing, and he was watching over me, and it kind of taken her back because her and her uncle were very close.
I was in shock. Andrew was only 2 years old when my uncle passed away, a year prior. He really didn't know him. Andrew is not the kind of child that makes stories up. I asked him if he plays with Uncle Mike often. He said yes, all the time. My daughter, Ava, who was 8 years old, she saw him talking to no one and ran out of the room and said, "I'm scared of him, Mom. I'm scared of Andrew." One day in November, I was in the kitchen making dinner, and Andrew walks in and starts crying hysterically. My first question to him is, "Andrew, are you okay? Did you get hurt?" But he was physically okay. He wasn't hurt. It took me a good 20 minutes to calm him down. Andrew finally stopped crying, and he asked me, "Mommy, why did I die in that fire?" I said, "Is this a dream? Did you have a dream last night?" And he said, "No, Mommy." I picked Andrew up, and I consoled him and told him that Mommy would never let anything happen to him. It really didn't seem to help because he was so upset. I kept holding him, but he kept repeating over and over, "Mommy, why did I die in that fire?" Andrew told me that he lived in Georgia. He kept saying Semper, and he wore military clothing. And then he told me how the fire started, and I could not believe my ears. Andrew had told me that there was a bombing at his house, and that's how he died. The way he talked to us, it was like he was actually recalling something that happened to him. We were so confused and scared. I began to wonder if he was talking about a past life. I started doing research so I can see if anything matched Andrew's story. He said there was 8 houses in a row, and they were bombed, and then a fire, and they were all gone. I found a story about 2 children who had died in a fire that their mother had set. She was from Georgia. She tried to kill her husband, but accidentally killed her children. The family lived on an army base. Andrew had told me that there was a row of houses, and that would be common on a base. So that seemed like a connection to me. Although that story was kind of close, there was no explosion. So I decided to keep looking. This is a really tough thing for me to read these stories because I don't want my son to have gone through something like this. But we need to solve this, not just for Andrew, but for our entire family. At first, I didn't know what Semper was until I researched it. Come to find out, Semper Fi is the motto for the Marines. Andrew had mentioned wearing a military uniform. I then typed in Marines from Georgia killed when a bomb hit their home, and I couldn't believe what came up. The bombing of the Marine barracks in Beirut happened in 1983. 300 service members lived in a building that was hit by a truck bomb. 220 Marines and 21 other personnel were killed in the bombings. It was the largest death toll of Marines since the Battle of Iwo Jima in World War II. It made me really sad to see how all these families had lost their sons, but I want to keep looking. I found a list of the Marines who had died that day. There were 6 from Georgia, 6 young men. I just wanted to cry. I was so upset. I really wonder if this could be the story, if he could be one of the 6 Marines from Georgia that had died that day.
As a parent, I was concerned for him because He had recollection of him passing away in a fire, and anything I could do to help him understand it was definitely something I was looking to do. For him to have closure so he can move on with his life when he's not even 5 years old yet, he's not even in kindergarten.
I have decided to show Andrew pictures of the Marines. I want to see if he recognizes any of the people in the photos. If he does recognize anybody, maybe we could find a way for him to let go of this pain. If he doesn't recognize anyone, I still want to find a way to help him. I want him to feel safe in his current life. I have to do this for my little boy. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna open this up, and I'm gonna show you pictures. And you're gonna show me if you know who they are, okay?
Okay.
Let's see about him.
He threw the bomb.
So you've seen him before?
Yes.
Were these your friends? They were?
Yes.
Which one was your friend? Which one were you friends with a lot?
I was friends with him a lot, all of them.
Did he lived in Georgia?
Yeah, with me.
With you?
Yes.
That person did?
Yes.
What about any of the other gentlemen?
They died.
What's the matter, buddy? You getting upset?
Yes.
What's the matter?
We'll put the picture away. I'm feeling overwhelmed right now at what Andrew just revealed to us. Wow. I'm feeling sadness and sorrow.
I don't know, buddy.
The point of doing this research for Andrew was to help him, not to upset him. Just don't want to see him going through this.
When Andrew first was telling us about it, it was very scary to hear him talk about dying. I guess the more that we talk about it, the more we try to understand it and try to help him through it. I would say I believe Andrew now.
After Andrew saw the picture of the man that he claims he is, he's been talking a lot about the cemetery and how he wants to go see where this man is buried.
I want this trip to go well. I'm nervous because I don't want him to have those memories.
We came here to Georgia to see where this man is buried.
I am hopeful that Andrew can say goodbye to his past life. I hope that today is something that he'll be able to do that.
Come on, go for these flowers.
It was a little emotional to see Andrew at the grave. To see him standing there and being next to it was definitely something that I wasn't expecting. I feel that he got what he needed out of it.
Seeing Andrew walking around the cemetery had made me feel relieved. He wasn't scared, he was okay.
I'm definitely glad that me and my family were able to make the trip and do this for Andrew as a family, that he knows that we're all here to support him and be there for him no matter what.
I just want to see Andrew play, have fun, be a normal 4-year-old.
I got you, Dad.
You tagged me? I see a bright future for Andrew. I feel that this experience and some of the knowledge that he has at the age that he is will only blossom as the years come.
No hands.
I think I see great things for him.
I feel that Andrew is in a good place now and he's going to move on.
I am looking forward to the future, and I'm very excited to see what life has planned ahead for him. Give her a hug.